After the Navy, I came home to marry my high school sweetheart and start a family. We've learned compromise is critical. Congress is no different. I'm Nick LaLota. Taking on extremists in both parties, I've worked across the aisle to lower costs, restore our assault deduction, secure the border, end cashless bail, and empower Suffolk cops. That's why I'm ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. I'm Nick LaLota, and I approve this message. I'll keep fighting problems, not people, to make Long Island safe and affordable.
It's an after-school special. Quite literally, the bell just rang a few minutes ago as we are ready for football on a Thursday afternoon. Hills East looks to upset the party against the upstart Northport Tigers in a Week 5 showdown. On the Varsity Media Sports Network, the Hills East Redhawks take on the Northport Tigers. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast booth. He's Brian Soper. I'm John Perez. And Brian, these two teams just playing 5 days ago, some of their toughest games as well. Hills East coming off a loss, Northport coming off a win, but most importantly, only 5 days to prepare for such a tough opponent.
Yeah, you're not used to these midweek games, right, if you're in high school, but both teams have huge traditions. Again, trying to build off of that, wins for Northport 2 in a row, right? You have Hills East trying to revenge that loss against East Islip. Right, it's going to be a great game here today.
Yeah, and we'll start with Hills East. They're a team that shut out their first 3 opponents this season, then fell to the defending Long Island champions, 33-19. But Hills East, they're a young team. They do return a lot of experience, even though they don't have a ton of seniors. And 2 of our impact players today to keep an eye on is Daniel White and the freshman, Jaden Bryant.
Yeah, Jaden Bryant, right, just a freshman, right, just wreaking havoc on the D-line, 30 tackles, bunch of sacks. And Dan White, he's explosive, right? 5'7", 175. Watch for his jump cuts today, right? Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to take it to the house.
Meanwhile, Northport is playing undermanned. They are 3-1 on the season. A good bounce-back victory against North Babylon. They won 20-19, and 2 players to keep an eye on as well for Northport. It starts with their running back as well, Asher Levine, and Gio Valentini, who wreaks havoc on defense.
Yeah, 6'4", 270, last week 10 tackles. And you have Asher Levine toting the rock, right, dual sport athlete, really good lacrosse player as well, right? These 2 guys are going to have to play huge today if they're going to stand up to Hills East in their rushing attack.
It's a Division II showdown. Winner gets their 4th win of the year. Brian Soper, how do they do it?
I just think they got to control the ball. They got to not turn over the ball, right? Hills East wants to control the line of scrimmage, set the tempo, right? Limit their turnovers. And Northport has to get in a rhythm offensively. You do not want to give Hills East the ball. Northport's got to stop the run. You got to stop White. And next man up, right? Dealing with some injuries, right? Short week definitely doesn't help that. Step up. Northport's a proud program, right? They have guys going to step into those roles and hopefully be big.
It's the Redhawks. It's the Tigers. Kickoff coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
After the Navy, I came home to marry my high school sweetheart and start a family. We've learned compromise is critical. Congress is no different. I'm Nick LaLota. Taking on extremists in both parties, I've worked across the aisle to lower costs, restore our assault deduction, secure the border, end cashless bail, and empower Suffolk cops. That's why I'm ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. I'm Nick LaLota, and I approve this message. I'll keep fighting problems, not people, to make Long Island safe and affordable.
Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like like we do it.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
The Northport Tigers take the field looking for their 4th victory of the year. They're coming off a 20-19 victory after a tough 7-0 loss to Bellport. They're 3-1 on the season. He's Brian Soper. I'm John Perez, and everybody knows about the Northport football team. Speaking of both coaches, they feel it's a football town, but there's no better pep band on Long Island than Northport as well, so we'll send it down to the field for the national anthem.
Today we stand together against cancer, and our marching band here at Football Booster Club is raising money to go. Please visit the marching band or football apparel tables if you are interested in donating. The stadium is decorated with each football players, cheerleaders, and band members for each member of the support of one of our own fighting cancer. Yesterday, the Football Booster Club held a box party with football players and cheerleaders in the cafeteria. The American flag being used in today's pregame ceremony, stadium decorations, and meeting programs have been provided all by the Football Booster Club. Tigers football, soccer marching band, flag and soccer extras to thank the Booster Club for the continued and amazing support of Northport Soccer football, marching band, and local athletics. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and direct your attention to the center of the field for the presentation of colors. Our color guard this afternoon is provided by the Northport Art League. Color guard includes members Bill McKenna, John Dayton, Jerry McCoy, Joe Rutledge, Bill Donald, Jerry Hoffman, and Bill Burke. This afternoon, our national anthem will be performed at the Northport High School Tigers marching band. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please rise.
What an exceptional job by the Northport marching band and, of course, the cheerleaders and dance team as well. And Brian Soper, I wish they could be at every football game that we cover.
I mean, I've coached high school. I teach in high school. Right? I've never seen something that impressive. Northport's known not only for their athletics but their arts program. Just a tremendous job. Great, unbelievable work by them.
It's an interesting atmosphere because with the Yom Kippur holiday over the weekend, teams are moving up their games to either today or tomorrow, with the holiday beginning at sundown on Friday evening. So this is the second straight year that this is happening. We were talking about the preparation. There's Alex Marcelin, and he said, hey, listen, we knew that we were going to have our work cut out for us, specifically East Islip, and then Northport back-to-back. And, oh, yeah, Bellport is right there as well. But you know what? You don't win a championship by just beating the cupcakes. And Alex Marcelin says that his team, though young, is ready for the task at hand.
Yeah, the first 2 games they win and combine 125-0. But I bet if you ask Coach, he probably learned more about his team last week in a loss right against East Islip, a really, really good team. So really interested to see how they come out today and any adjustments that they made in this short week.
That's a great point that you brought up, because I asked him about that, and he said that he actually saw worse play in the shutouts than he did against East Islip, so that's something to keep an eye on. His opponent, of course, is Pat Campbell in his 7th season, and that coaching staff together once again for the first time in a few years. It's the Campbell brothers, of course, Boomer Campbell, Nick Geitz, Andrew Smith, and David Wilson, and he said that he can't wait to see how Northport's size goes up against the Hills East size. There's a lot of beef on the side for Hills East, and for Northport, they're dealing with an undersized team as well, and of course a team that has been dealing with some injuries, but it's a next man up mentality, and he feels that his captains are really up for the task as well.
There's probably no coaching staff that's more respected than Northport. I talked to a bunch of people who were like, you know, what should I expect from this game? They're like, the Northport kids are going to play hard, they're going to play tough, and they're going to be very, very well coached.
Captains for Northport is Reed Johansson, Connor Henigman, Dan Pipolo, and their quarterback Enrique Hernandez. On the other side for Hills East is Logan Soler, along with Tyler Sanders, Daniel White, and Lucas Martin. Were you a Tails Never Fails guy?
Yeah, you got to go Tails. Actually, I was a captain, but never been out there for a coin toss. So
it was a 50-50 chance you get it right.
Always tempted to make that Super Bowl bet, but I never do.
There was one guy that pretty much put a down payment on his house. There were 2 years where he bet the first score would be a safety, and he got it in 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. So sitting pretty, but of course that doesn't extend to the high school level. Won't get a view there, but
Right to kick, receive, defend the goal, or defer your choice in the second half. Defer.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. Hills gets the ball right. White has a kickoff return this year. He can nothing better to jumpstart momentum than a kickoff return.
Goal you want to defend. Let's go. Get you back.
Lucas Martin and Dan White look at each other and say, yeah, we want to defend that way. Hills East believe they won, and they'll defer. We're ready for some football. If you look at the other side at the Hills East bench, that's a team that is just ready to go. And it's a team that is starting to believe in itself this year and cultivating a culture as well as Nick Sevilla, their starting quarterback, leading the crew.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a college atmosphere with that pregame. If you follow the East squad on social media, 6 a.m. practices, you got workouts, then meetings, right? It feels like a college atmosphere as well. So really all of those things, I think culture's really alive in Northport as well as Hills East.
Yeah, and for Hills East, they've been knocking on the door, getting knocked out in the Suffolk 2 semifinals each of the last 2 years, and looking for, of course, their first county championship in school history, as well as an LIC. And you just see in first county appearance just a couple of years ago, Alex Marcelin says he can't get that feeling out of his mouth. He wants to taste it again, and he wants another one, not just for him, but for his coaching staff and his players.
Yeah, and the players really respond in the weight room in the off-season, coming together as a group. A lot of college programs have been visiting the halls of Hills East, right, looking to secure some of these really, really talented student athletes.
Meanwhile, Northport, they were in the county final just a couple of years ago, falling to Bellport. And, of course, all roads end with Bellport as well. You got to run through them. And tough year last year for Northport, but a better start and a win today would match their win total from last year. But qualifying for the playoffs at 4-4, still an achievement for Northport. I know a team that has championship expectations, but you still got to get to the dance.
Yeah, and it's just something that, they're never out of it, right? Do not ever count Northport out of anything because of the kids and the athletes and the coaches that they have.
Robbie Kapovich to boot it away for Hills East. Luke Liacino back to receive, as well as Derek Hurley and Christian Campoli. Thursday afternoon football in Suffolk County, a Suffolk 2 showdown. Let's do it. As Luke Liacino fields it at the 11-yard line and chugs ahead. And Liacino brought down by a slew of Hills East defenders after the 14-yard return. Quarterback is Enrique Hernandez, and Coach Campbell says he loves the perseverance of his QB last year, had the game-winning touchdown in the victory over North Babylon, and he brings a lot to the table, Brian.
Yeah, he's a dual threat, the ability to run and pass, right? Coach said on any game he can run for 100, right? Throw for 150 plus. You just gotta kind of, if you're Hills East, you gotta make sure you know where he is and try to keep him contained in the pocket.
145 yards in the air last week and 110 on the ground. And the first play from scrimmage is Luke Liacino, who shakes out of a few tackles and then eventually is wrapped down by Jake Pagliaro, the junior. Offensively for Northport, good showing, putting up 20 points after getting shut out against Bellport. Levine, Liacino, and Cabrera, they could all change positions. It's basically positionless football for Northport in this wing T offense, and good skill position players, but a great offensive line. And Brian Florio, the smallest guy on the offensive line, their center.
Yeah, coach calls him a pit bull, right? And you have Gio Valentini, only been playing football for a year. Just a tremendous freak-type athlete.
Grayson Cabrera goes in motion, and the ball flung over to the far side, and the first catch of the afternoon is Christian Campoli. He's got a first down, ranging wide. Ball comes loose. Hills East is all over it, and Northport turns it over. Well, Campoli chugging wide and then lost the football, and let's see it again.
Yeah, great protection by the line, right? Campoli converted running back, right? You see what he can do in the open field. Good job there, number 7. Right, R.J. Peters, right? Ball hawk, right? Coach called him a ball hawk. You see there, punched the ball out, got it on the ground. Recovery for Hills East.
Good job by Peters, number 7 in white. Only a sophomore, second year on the varsity squad. Marcelin's not afraid to call up freshmen, and we were going to feature one freshman on defense. We did in the open, but now we'll have to wait a little bit as Nick Sevilla hands it off to the junior Daniel White, who's got a burst of speed. He's got a first down on the first play from scrimmage as he darts ahead and picks up 13 on his first play.
Yeah, you look at that offensive line for Hills East, right? Keith McDowell, 6'5", 345, anchoring that line. Right, Seals there, nice job, gets to the second level. Right, Kamani Joseph, right, with a great block for Hills East to kind of spring White, and all he needs is an inch, right, and he can go the distance.
Well, and there's Nick Sevilla, who is a good quarterback, learned under Jordan Heyman last year, who was a gunslinger, and they want him to be that as well. But White on back-to-back carries, and White gets about halfway home. The rest of this Hills East offense. Speedy runners when it comes to White, as well as Tyler Sanders, but good receivers. Solaire, Martin, and Drewig is a heck of a tight end, and yeah, you mentioned the size of the offensive line.
Yeah, you got Cole Jenkins, right, who's going to be a big-time recruit. McDowell's getting offers. Lucas Martin has a Syracuse offer. Sanders, not only one of the best receivers, but one of the best D-backs in Suffolk County. Absolutely loaded for Hills East.
You're saying someone from Hills is going to Syracuse?
He's got an offer. See if he's going to go.
Some movement up front. I think Northport jumped first, and they did. And the flinch coming from Connor Heddington. 6'3" senior. And that gives Hills East the first down.
Yeah, you see 71. McDowell's now shifted to the right-hand side, put some bulk on the right-hand side. Let's see if they go that way.
There's a defense for Northport, a 1-point victory, and they only give up 7 points to Bellport. Sevilla holds it, pocket collapses, and Sevilla swarmed. Good tackle by Den Pipolo. Someone who's in his best shape of his playing career with the takedown.
Yeah, nice job. Looked like maybe a little miscommunication. Seville, looking to run. Seville looking to run. Kind of stumbles on the turf, and then Northport pursues the ball. Plenty of hats to the football. Good job by Pipolo.
Second down and 10 from the 22. Play action, spun, caught. A nice play in traffic. Tyler Sanders makes his 10th reception of the year, a player that can just do it all, the senior.
Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns a couple of weeks ago, 50, 70, 30 yards. Not a touchdown there, but a real tough grab as he goes up, catches a ball close to a first down for Hills.
Enrique Hernandez, starting corner with the tackle as well. Daniel White on 3rd and short, has enough for a first down and a touchdown. He's in from 8 yards, and Hills East cashes in on the turnover.
Yeah, great job of blocking by the line. Watch the little jump cut here, right? That jump cut, he gets around, little pancake block by Rafael Hernandez, number 62. Well-blocked play by the line. McDowell, Cole Jenkins, Giantasio, Hernandez doing their job.
Robbie Kapovich on for the extra point. Hold from Lucas Martin, the snap from Max Druig, and the 3 team up together to give Hills East a 7-0 lead with 8.5 to play in the first quarter. Fans, if you've been following Varsity Media, you would know that all of our graphics come from Gipper, the #1 social media automation platform. Good for athletic departments, school districts, and so much more. Contact Gipper today to get your custom package. Every graphic in the game at your disposal, Gipper.com. Not too shabby on the road, 5 days of rest and a tough loss against East Islip, and Hills East with the first punch.
And, if you're Northport or you had a drive going, you turn the ball over, give a short field to this offense, right? 1 penalty on the play, but, you saw a little mix of the run and pass, and you see what White can do behind that really good offensive line. When the first words out of the coach's mouth are electric and generational about a running back, right, I was super excited to come over here and see Daniel White in action.
Yeah, and he's been as good as advertised, although a small sample size, but I'd imagine he's going to get the Tiger share, no pun intended, of carries today.
Yeah, he's looking to respond too, right? 14 and 76, right? No touchdown against East Islip, right? He's looking to bounce back as well.
Kapovich steps into this one. Campoli from the 10-yard line. He just had the fumble before, and a chance at redemption as he scurries across on the 11-yard return. And the offense starts off at the 21-yard line. Well, it was a forced fumble from Hills East, and let's meet the Hills East defense. We didn't get a chance to shine them before, but Najee Sexo along with Jake Giannatasio, Dante Milano, Keith McDowell, Jaden Bryant, Gianluca D'Amico, Akio Johnson, Tyler Sanders, Noah Schlapp, R.J. Peters, and Lucas Martin. And if I'm casting a vote for coolest names on defense, I think Hills East is the front runner.
Yeah, what about Jaden Bryant, freshman, 6 sacks on the year. Akio Johnson had 15 tackles against West Bab. 15 tackles, that's a day.
Yeah, and the thing with Hills East is that there's so many of those guys that can have double-digit tackles. The other thing, too, is Marcelin says they're not afraid to tackle in the open field. They're fearless out there. Yeah, as Asher Levine picks up, too. You got to love as a coach when you don't have to teach anything instinctual when it comes to a young defense.
Yeah, they're around the ball. They want to go hit. They want to be physical. And, you got kind of a 3-headed monster, right, with Levine, Castillo, and Loacano, right, with the ball. So you got to be disciplined as well.
Grayson Cabrera goes in motion, pocket collapses. Hernandez has to scramble and then is brought down. Noah Schlapp with the takedown after the QB keeper picks up 3.
Yeah, and you saw Jaden Bryant, right, coming from the back, hunting his prey. Does not look like a freshman.
No, and that's what Alex Marcelin said when he first met him. He said there's no way that this kid is only 13 years old. And said, hey, let's give him a shot. Let's not throw him into the fire. And then after one practice said, okay, he's good to go.
Yeah, physical, can rush the passer, can stop the run as well.
3rd down and 6 from the 27. Hernandez rolls out. Looking. He's got nobody, trying to drag out of a tackle. And then Hernandez ends up picking up 2, but it'll be a 4th down situation for Northport. And the punting unit to come out for the Tigers.
Yeah, good pursuit, good coverage by Hills. Keo Johnson's flying around right now to start this game.
Zach Lowe to punt it away. As Hills East, as R.J. Peters and Tyler Sanders back to receive, and then Sanders gets across to the 49-yard line. Good for a 21-yard punt. This is what we have on the docket this week. A lot of soccer. Good rivalry in there as well. Garden City, Manhasset. Then we're back on the gridiron. St. John the Baptist taking on St. Anthony's, and a couple of Catholic League matchups as well. And then we're back in the public schools in Nassau County. Freeport takes on Port Washington, and Manhasset takes on Southside. You don't want to miss it all, so be sure to subscribe on youtube.com/Varsity Media.
Yeah, 10-19, Hills West, Sayville. That should be a good one.
I think whoever comes out, that might be the best Long Island championship this year, assuming that everything holds bar and Garden City is there as the carry up the middle. And that's Daniel White.
Yeah, good tackle there. Anthony Sylvanus, right, for Northport. Binghamton Lax commit, dual sport athlete.
You're all over these Lax commits, but you know, obviously it helps a lot. And Northport, over the last couple of years, have had a ton of dual sport athletes that enjoyed their falls playing football, but are, I guess, making their NIL money up at the next level on the lacrosse field. Daniel White devoured. Good job getting into the backfield, as that was Gio Valentini and Den Pipolo with the takedown.
Yeah, Valentini just can't believe he only started playing football as a junior. You know, kind of looking at him like to maybe offense, defense, maybe one, and he's shining on both sides of the ball.
Who was the long pole from Northport a few years ago? He went to the Army, I think. Miller, Andrew Miller, Sergeant Miller.
Yeah, and then they had, you know, Valentin last year was an All-American.
Sweep near side. Here's Lucas Martin. Carries the rock. Brought down just shy of the first down marker after the pickup of 5. Lucas Martin, an explosive player, has been on the varsity squad since his freshman year. How about this? A 3-year captain. And that's the one thing that you have to respect about Marcelin, is that he's not afraid just to play the best players in his program, but just give them a ton of responsibility regardless of their year.
Yeah, dual threat. He 100-yard receiving against Deer Park.
And who do you give it to on 4th and short? But Mr. Reliable, Daniel White, enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you run behind Trevin Cole Jenkins, 77, right? All-state wrestler, 6'2", 250. Just watch him push the pile here. All right, good job by that line. 56, Giantasio as well, a returning starter. Does a lot of really good things for them. But Cole Jenkins, right, all-state wrestler, and you see it in his footwork, in his hands, and how, you know, how tough he is, right? He's going to be somebody who's going to get a bunch of offers to play football in college.
How about Rafael Hernandez, the babyface killer? Steps up in the pocket. He's got a man. And Seville delivers over to Sanders for the first down after the 16-yard pickup.
Exactly the start Hills East wants, right? They're starting out hot, whether they're running it or passing it. Great protection. Nice rollout by Sevilla, right? Finds the short-handed Tyler Sanders, all right, who, again, a captain, right? One of the best defensive backs in Suffolk, but also, right, can get it done as an offensive threat.
Now over 300 yards receiving this season.
Yeah, he's got offers from Ithaca, Franklin, and Marshall, right? He just loves being around the ball, whether it's offense or defense.
Lucas Martin, the extra blocker. The handoff to White. It's dragged down. Good stop on first down. That was Anthony Silvanus. And Silvanus with the takedown.
Yeah,
Second and 8.
Good job by those defensive linemen inside. Henningman, right, one of those captains in there, just holding on in those blocks and allowing for the linebackers to come up and make that stop.
Bottom of your screen is Logan Solaire. In the slot is Tyler Sanders. Keep an eye on Lucas Martin. He's number 5 facing the screen. Now goes in motion. The handoff to Daniel White. Burst up the middle, spins off a few defenders. Has enough for a first down inside the 15.
Yeah, good run there. Right behind 71. That's Keith McDowell. I mean, just going to get a ton of offers with that size, 6'5". Loves being a lineman, loves to block, whether it's pass protection or run blocking. Just with that size alone, right, he's going to be looking at, college is going to be looking at this kid.
Exclusive company for Daniel White, 3rd in the conference entering this week in rushing yards. That's a catch, though, and nowhere to go. And good team defense by Northport as Reed Johansson, the leading tackler for the Tigers, makes his first tackle of the quarter.
Yeah, him as well, right? Pepolo has had a heck of a start to this game. Northport really needs to bend here but not break, right? Need a turnover or something to swing momentum.
Well, Hills East not afraid to go to their kicker either. In fact, when it comes to Robbie Kapovich, Alex Marcelin said that his range is anywhere inside of 40, and that's where they're definitely in now. Martin goes in motion. 3 receivers up top. Sevilla fires. End zone. It's caught. But did he get across? Sanders stopped just short. Probably missed it by about a foot.
Just an unbelievable throw, super accurate. But the pass protection is like a real NFL-looking pocket there. Great job by Sanders getting that ball at its highest point. Tremendous-looking athlete in Sanders.
Sneak up the middle. Little tush push. And a flag is out as well. Sevilla gets into the end zone, but we'll see what the call is with the flag. And so illegal motion against Hills East puts him back 5.
But 56, Jacob Giantasio, you had, McDowell, Jenkins, right, Milano, just created a great pocket for Sevilla to step up and deliver an accurate ball. Very, very impressive so far with the line play.
So after the penalty, 1st and goal from the 5. Little extra room for this Hills East offense. Daniel White, denied. Back to the line of scrimmage. Anthony Silvanus had the first touch.
Yeah, great job by him scraping down the line, making a tackle. Not the easiest guy to bring down, but wrapped him up, short-handed tackle. Sevilla, too, is an all-county wrestler, right, junior. Just brings a whole different, type of leadership and command in the huddle, right? A lot of those wrestlers and different breeds.
Tyler Sanders in the slot. Lucas Martin goes in motion. The give to White. Up the middle. He's got another one. It's the Daniel White show in the first quarter. 2 tutties for Hills East, who go up by 13 on the road.
Yeah, you see Kamani Joseph. You see a great job on the outside by Drewing, the tight end, to secure a hole. And White's off to a great start. How about those sophomore season, right? 1,922 all-purpose yards for the junior. And, you know, is looking to rebound from last game and so far having a heck of a first quarter.
Kopovich on for the extra point. Drewing the snap, Martin the hold, and Kopovich drills it. He's a perfect 2 for 2, and a 14-0 lead for Hills East late in the first quarter on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Doc Gooden, and you're watching Varsity Media.
After the Navy, I came home to marry my high school sweetheart and start a family. We've learned compromise is critical. Congress is no different. I'm Nick Lalota. Taking on extremists in both parties, I've worked across the aisle to lower costs, restore our assault deduction, secure the border, end cashless bail, and empower Suffolk cops. That's why I'm ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. I'm Nick Lalota, and I approve this message. I'll keep fighting problems, not people, to make Long Island safe and affordable.
How about shaking off the rust off a tough 33-14 loss to East Islip? The defending Conference 3 champions move up to Division 2, but Hills East taking out their frustration, forcing a turnover and 2 TDs for Daniel White.
Yeah, good job by the Hills defense, right? Causing a turnover, getting a 3 and out. To get the ball to their explosive playmakers. Sevilla's look great. White's look great. Sanders a bunch of grabs, and the offensive line has been dominating so far.
Maybe just because I'm a special teams nerd, I love the boot on Kopovich's leg. We'll see if he gets some interest next level, too. Sends it deep. It just gets into the end zone. That was awfully dangerous by Campoli, who had 2 defenders coming in on him.
Yeah, it almost had that bounce, almost stayed in bounds there. But, yeah, even on that extra point, it almost went on to over the scoreboard, right? Definitely good to see a kid who kicks and kicks well, and definitely a spot for those long snapping, holding, kicking. Right, that's a lot of looks that a lot of kids from Long Island are getting for football.
All right, Brian, so 2 unsuccessful drives for Northport. As they get ready for their third, what do you want to see out of them in the series?
I think they had a little quick passing, right? Get the ball into the hands, of Castillo and Loacano. Find Cabrera and just hold on to it, right? Just don't turn it over. Don't put it on the turf.
Luke Loacano goes in motion. Hernandez steps up and spins it right into the hands of Grayson Cabrera, who's got enough for a first down. That'll help.
Yeah, I think that their guys have been wide open, right? They've had success when they can, give Hernandez some time. A little almost great strong arm, accurate, great catch. Cabrera, junior, just a really good athlete from a really athletic family. Both sisters play high-level lacrosse, UNC in Florida for the girls.
A little shaken up after making the catch. That's his 13th reception of the year. Could be the final play of the first quarter. And the handoff to Luke Loacano. Sweeps it right. Well, right from our vantage point, but left on the screen. And that should just about do it after the 2-yard gain for Luke Loacano. 14-0 Hills East. It's been the Daniel White show. A touchdown from 8 yards out and then 6 yards out.
Yeah, he knows how to look at that pancake block. Unbelievable job, right? He's had him second. Kamani Joseph has had himself a heck of a first quarter leading the way for White.
Getting ready for the second quarter on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Going, Israel Bonikunda, running back for the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
After the Navy, I came home to marry my high school sweetheart and start a family. We've learned compromise is critical. Congress is no different. I'm Nick Lalota. Taking on extremists in both parties, I've worked across the aisle to lower costs, restore our assault deduction, secure the border, end cashless bail, and empower Suffolk cops. That's why I'm ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. I'm Nick LaLota, and I approve this message. I'll keep fighting problems, not people, to make Long Island safe and affordable.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us. The latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports. Might be Thursday, but you've got a Saturday afternoon atmosphere as the Tiger and the cheerleaders getting in on it, but not a lot to smile about in the first quarter, trailing 14-0, but positive momentum at the end of the quarter. Brian Soper.
Yeah, they a good run, right? You had Connor Hennigman leading the way, right? Asher Levine with a good block for Lowakino. Lowakino's fresh off of a Marist commit for lacrosse, right? So he's got to be feeling good and would love to really feel good after a victory today against Hills East.
Is Enrique Hernandez the quarterback for the Tigers?
He's been accurate with the ball. Look for him to continue to pass and maybe look for him to start to show off his legs a little bit.
3 for 6, 45 yards, and then the give on first down to Asher Levine, who's averaging 5 yards a carry. Levine, a senior, someone who's a great athlete, very competitive, two-sport athlete, plays lacrosse as well, and Pat Campbell said had his best game of the season last week against North Babylon.
Look at 77 there. Brian Florio, Coach Campbell calls him a pit bull, right? Getting leverage, driving the pile. Right, Levine and Castillo are kind of a two-headed monster there at fullback. Castillo's known for a little inside running, right? Levine a little more speed, so look for them to capitalize on that.
Brian Florio, 5'10", 160. He's a center and doesn't allow sacks.
Yeah, I got a lot of love for the center, right? Back in the day, I played a little center as well, right? Important for those snaps and also getting to the second level. Being athletic there at center. And then Valentina there on the outside. Castoria, right? Pipolo's had a really good start both offensively and defense to this game. Just got to be able to keep moving the chains and not turn it over if you're Northport. And I really think you need a touchdown this drive.
The delay is we have a downed Hills East player near midfield. Keep an eye on that. But as he gets looked at, we'll take a quick break. Early stages of the second quarter, 14-0 Hills East on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Quick play, 3rd and 2, and there's the Hills East defense stepping up after the give to Campoli on the near side. Player that went off for Hills East was Akio Johnson. We'll keep an eye on him, the DB.
Good job here, Brian, taking on two blockers. Good job securing the edge, right? Dre Wing, right, had a nice block before on offense. Good job on defense. Bryant and Dre Wing sealing that edge, giving Lowakino nowhere to go. Another 3 and out for Northport.
Zach Lowe booted away from the 41-yard line, and then Hills East backs away from it as it's downed at the 32. And good enough for a 27-yard punt. Well, maybe early in the second quarter, but if there's any time for the Northport defense to get a stop, it's now.
Yeah, this is danger zone time if you're Northport. Right, Hills East is feeling confident, both offensively and defensively. And one, you got to get a stop, right? A turnover would be great, but you definitely don't want to give up any points. Even a field goal hurts if they can drain some clock.
When we spoke to Pat Campbell in the middle of the week, he said that you have to give credit to the other teams for executing, but he said a big reason for our flaws this year have been self-inflicted wounds, and that's something that they're trying to get rid of. But then you throw in the injuries, and you've got a lot of inexperience out there as well, and he says that there are times where we're taking 2 steps forward, but 3
It takes a real special person to take on and take out that lead blocker to free up a guy to take on the running back, because Joseph just looks like he's blocking with hate.
Martin, Sanders, and Soler top of the screen, and thrown into the flat. Martin hauls it in. Doesn't have the blocks, still shaking out of it, and then loses one. And a good job to stay with them, Luke Liacano.
Yeah, a little quick pass, kind of an extended handoff to Sanders. Not much blocking out there allowing him to do anything, but good job staying on his feet. It took a tackle by Liacano from the backside to take him down.
Liacano only 5'8", good strength. The give to White as they go back to the well. And Daniel White trudges up ahead and only gains a yard. There's a flurry of Tigers in there for the takedown. Reed Johansson had the first touch. Reed Johansson, Pat Campbell saying, might be the best defensive player for Northport and does a lot of things well. Compared him to Troy Polamalu.
That's high praise, but has a nose for the football. A short tackler, which is so important. He's smart. He's able to read, get to the spots, and then bring the man down. White really loves that kind of jump cut in the backfield. It really is going to take some D-line penetration to kind of stop him from doing that, not allowing him to get any momentum.
Nickel package for Northport. As Sevilla looks to the sideline, Marcelin calls a timeout to talk it over on 3rd and 9. We mentioned the implications of this game, and you take a look at the standings in Division 2. Both of these teams at 3-1, but really jumbled in, of course, Smithtown West in there, and then Huntington and West Babylon knocking on the door. But how about East Islip moving up and a perfect 4-0?
Yeah, they just have it completely rolling right now. Multiple sports, they're competing for championships. And the thing about that list is there's no team that's over, right? Every team has some wins. Every team's tough, right? You better bring your lunch pail. Playing anyone in Suffolk Division 2 because it's real tough, hard-nosed, gritty football.
It really seems like a lot of the teams, especially from 6 up, they don't rebuild, they just reload. And the amount of quarterbacks that were lost from a year ago, it doesn't matter because the playmakers come back to play and their quarterbacks fall right into line as well.
Yeah, and I think in football, right, a lot of the Long Island kids have started to get more exposure. They're going to more camps, 7-on-7. There's more specialized coaching. It was happening probably in more sports that Long Island's more known for. But football, it's just you follow Twitter and everything. You see a lot of Long Island kids at speed training, quarterback camps, 7-on-7. Just really good stuff. Lineman camps. It's amazing.
3rd down and 9. Lucas Martin, the extra blocker, but it's been all about Daniel White. 2 touchdowns today. Here comes the blitz. Grayson Cabrera can't knock him down. Sevilla throwing on the run. He's got a man in stride. It's Tyler Sanders. And Hills East converting on the big play.
Yeah, you see the athleticism there by Sevilla. Using some of maybe his wrestling escapes here to get out of the hold. The ability to shake and bake, and on the run, reloads the cannon. Right, finds Mr. Reliable in Sanders, right? No doubt in my mind he was catching that ball. He's as sure-handed as they come.
22-yard pickup, and more importantly, a first down for Hills East. And the 3 receivers top of the screen. Back-to-back pass play, short dump. White. And then tripped up by Reed Johansson.
Yeah, good play there. Good call by the East staff, right? Getting White into some space. It's probably the only block that Joseph's missed so far. He even tapped his head like I missed it, because if that one man didn't take him down, that could have went to the house.
Well, they tried to connect with White in the flat last time and then just figured, all right, we'll go underneath.
Well, you saw it like the last play, like they were blitzing. Northport got in the backfield. Now, how do you combat a blitz? Is the little screen pass? Perhaps they'll think twice about sending the house next time.
I think they thought a little too much and some movement. A false start pushes back Hills East.
If you're Northport, you need a few more penalties, false starts, and maybe a turnover. You cannot let Hills get this ball in the end zone.
Not just don't let them get in the end zone, push them back and get them out of Kapovic's range. Right now, of course, we've got 3 downs to play with, but would be a 40-yard field goal within his range, and especially up 2 scores. You'd have to imagine Hills East would try and boot it. 2nd and 6, Daniel White has a hole, has a first down, and more towards the end zone. Did he get in? And stepped out of bounds shy of the pylon. Missed by a yard.
Yeah, he went out to that left side, untouched. Right, maybe one man miss in space. Having a lot of success moving, to that left side. Giantasio has been really good at the point of attack. 56 for Hills, getting White into space, and like we've said before, he's electric. He does not need much.
He almost took out the most important person of the Hills East operation, their social media manager. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And where else is it going to go? White, he's got the hat trick in the first half.
Yeah, just, went out the one, right? Delayed kind of the inevitable there. Him from 1 yard, that's like stealing money. Good job at the point attack. Trevor Cole Jenkins. Trevin's been really good at the point of attack as well. He's gotten some offers in terms of going to camps. Buffalo, Stony Brook. Always willing to do that extra work. I saw a great little on White's Twitter, right? He had the 2 linemen. He had McDowell and Cole Jenkins, and he said almost go time, right? How much fun he was going to have this year running behind those guys. Add Giantasio to the mix and Joseph, and you got really good offensive line.
I don't think there's anybody at this very moment that's having more fun than Daniel White and the Hogs up front.
Yeah, she's a short list of guys coming into the year for that Hansen Award, right? If White continues to put up these numbers, he's definitely in the conversation.
And that ball goes through, even on the deflection. Nice job by Lucas Martin to stay with the hold. And that makes it 21-0. Hills East will step aside here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. The Red Hawks have been red hot. 21-0 the lead for Hills East on the road. 3 touchdowns from Daniel White. As Kapovic steps into one, Campoli fields it, and his back foot touches the end zone, so Northport takes over at their own 20-yard line. Well, we would like to thank Todd Velasco, of course, the head of TCF Photography, for supplying us with the headshots today. And, of course, if you're in the Northport area or all over Long Island, there you see the examples of the 2 gentlemen, Asher Levine and Gio Valentini. And we'll get you through the rest of the graphics as well. But contact Todd Velasco, TCF Photography. We thank him again for his work and what he's done to help Varsity Media and, of course, the Northport Athletic Department. So the Tigers with their backs against the wall, trailing 21-0 and at their own 20. And the give on first down, nothing doing for Asher Levine. And Noah Schlapp with the bring down.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, you know, down 21, you want to stick to the run. There's plenty of time left in this game. You know, but you've had some success passing it. Like, look for them to maybe start, maybe passing on first down, mixing in some different things to try to catch a big play for Northport.
Northport sends a man in motion. There is the pass play. Flicked over. Almost intercepted. The one ball Tyler Sanders has not caught today. Would have been the death blow for Northport.
Yeah, absolute sure-handed. One of the best D-backs in Suffolk. Got his paw on this. Little tip drill to himself almost. You know, he had a blocker there, maybe thinking about the end zone if he caught it, but hey, it's a stop, right? 3rd and long.
You have to crawl before you walk. And unfortunately, he might have taken his eyes off the prize. It's split second, the difference.
Yeah, but not an easy catch, right? Really good athlete. Good student, 3.7 GPA. Sky's the limit for him.
3rd down and long for Northport. Design rollout. Hernandez has a man, and that's to the tight end, Danny Miller, making his first reception of the game and his 4th catch of the year. And enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, nice job. Good job rolling the pocket. You know, Hernandez has shown accuracy on the move. Nice job sealing the backside. Linemen do a good job. Right, Florio, Cook, right, 50, Connor Henningman, good job. Nice job by the Northport staff getting Hernandez in motion, perhaps giving him a run-pass option.
Scott Triolo, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen. As Sanders gets the assignment on him. With the designed run, Liacano. Well, Luke Liacano coming into this game averaging 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, good job there, right? You know, a little less dancing, showing off his vision, cut back, taking what the defense gives you, right? If you can get 5 or 6 yards at a clip, you got to take it against Northport. And then maybe look to take one of those shots downfield.
Remember, Hills East won the coin toss and then deferred, so Northport would love to get on the board and then a stop and try and get back into this game before the halftime intermission. Under 6 minutes to play in the first half. And straight up the middle is Levine as he gets swarmed over.
I mean, I know Keogh Johnson, I know he makes a lot of tackles, but you know it's him, right? He hits at that point of attack. He hits hard. He wraps up. There's something about a Johnson tackle that looks a little bit different out there.
Yeah, and good to see Johnson back on the field, 25 in white, and a big part to that linebacking core.
Yeah, you see, Gianluca D'Amico as well on the inside. Great size, athleticism.
Liacano up the middle, and Northport converts. They were stunted last time on 3rd down. This time, enough to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, nice job hitting the hole by Liacano. 50, Connor Hediman, the captain. Have a little pull there by Anthony Sylvanus. Right, good job. Got to keep moving the chains, right? You might not get 20, 30 yards on a run. Take 6 or 7. Keep moving the chains. Try to punch this one in before the half.
Northport on their own 48-yard line, fresh out of downs. And Hernandez keeps it himself and brought down. Sebastian Damas, the junior.
Yeah, he's been tough in there. He's been stout. Right, you see a sophomore as well, number 9, right, Najee Sexel. Right, he's been a force inside, making a ton of plays. It's a big down here. You gotta get close to the sticks.
Sexel, only a sophomore, 2 sacks on the season. In the gun, stepped up, almost intercepted Akio Johnson. We laid the lumber before, and now the second dropped interception of the drive for Hills East.
Yeah, great coverage. Looking for Campoli. Enriquez has been really accurate, but pretty much, Johnson was running that route for Campoli and saw it slip out of his fingers. See his head cocked back. He wants that one back.
The Northport team that's going to be without the services of Tommy O'Brien. Broke his collarbone on a touchdown pass 2 weeks ago. His season is over, so Christian Campoli steps up in his position. Hernandez springing out, flings it, tipped, caught, Campoli right on cue, and up for a first down. Give an assist to Danny Miller.
Yeah, so Miller tips it right to Campoli. Coach Campbell really thought that he could fill that role of O'Brien, right, with his ability to, route run out of the backfield. Now, lining up on the outside. Johnny on the spot there. It's a game of inches, right? They drop 2, they get a tip, and now you're in business.
Soper, that's how they just drew it up.
Yeah. You take it, move the chains.
First attempt from the 34. Liacano. Flag is out as Liacano picks up 5, and we'll see if there's any extra yardage included. And a chop block called against Hills East. That should give Northport a first down in a favorable spot. And so, but that was interesting. You saw they called for the penalty, but then didn't move it up. Perhaps just a spot penalty, but either way, second and 6 now from the 30-yard line. Hernandez over the middle towards Miller, incomplete. Good coverage by R.J. Peters, and Tyler Sanders a double team on Miller.
Yeah, good job. We saw Peters early in the game in the coverage, right, to knock that ball out and cause a turnover. Now you saw him in great coverage. He got great depth there, getting behind the receiver, the tight end, right, Dan Miller. Nice job there by him. Kind of that third and awkward distance for Northport. Maybe get Cabrera on the run on the outside again. Roll the pocket.
You have to imagine down 3 scores. It's 4-down territory for Northport. Hernandez out of the shotgun. Swings it. And that ball in the dirt and smothered by Martin. Almost another interception. That's now 3 almost picks for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, so Northport elects to drop him straight back. Good penetration by the line of Hills East, getting towards the feet.
You think he caught that? Let's see that again. That's ball was blown dead. Let's see if we can slow it down.
Let's go to the videotape. Kind of a flat-footed pass by Enriquez. Misses his receiver. It's tough.
Got a better vantage point down there. And, of course, you can't have the ground assist you either. So, and no argument from Hills East, so I think they knew something as well. 4th and 6, throwing off his back foot. He's got Miller. And here's Miller tripped up. First down saving tackle by Lucas Martin and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, good job by Martin. Again, a really good two-way football player, one of the best all-around football players in Suffolk. Short pass, a lot of yards to go to get there. Tripped up by Martin. Nice job. Another good job by the Hills East defense to get off the field.
If you remember the first 3 weeks of the season, shutout wins over North Babylon, West Babylon, and Deer Park. 39-0, 26-0, and 60-0. And then East Islip just ate their lunch. 33-14, the victory for EI. But now leading 21-0. And the handoff to Danny White. And the boomstick laid down from Northport. That was Reed Johansson.
Yeah, you know, Coach Campbell, he's not going to throw around. He's been our best guy lightly. You see him, right, looking to dance in the hole. Nope, right, not right now, right. Nice short-handed tackle by him. Right, Reed Johansson's been a beast so far for Northport this season.
Hills East will have the ball to begin the second half. So this is house money for them. Sevilla chased out of the pocket, gets a block, floats it over. He's got Martin. Martin with a head of steam and a first down into Tiger territory across midfield. Check that. They'll say that he stepped down at the 49-yard line. But I don't know how you stop Martin and White, two very explosive players.
Especially when they're willing to block for each other and sell out for each other, right? White had a nice chip block to free Sevilla. And Martin's a nice safety valve in the right spot. But there is a flag down.
The penalty against Hills East on an illegal forward pass. Which he was so close to the line of scrimmage, and we don't have the blue line either, but either way, tough angle to tell there, but they call it against Hills East, and you know, back-to-back penalties called against Hills East and no argument, so
yeah, so
tells you all you need to know.
You know, we got to trust the officials there. They're on the field, right? Nice job by them so far. You know, I think it helps when you're up 21-0. You're probably not in the arguing mood.
Especially with the effort that your defense has been putting in as well. 21-0 lead seems like it's doubled. Lost it down and 5 yards. Sevilla in the shotgun. That time he's well behind the line of scrimmage and hooks up with Daniel White. White pushing ahead against Leacano. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, gains an extra yard, pickup of 6.
Yeah, they went back to that screen well again. Good job at the point of attack by Northport to not allow that first blocker to completely blow up the play. Good job by Leacano, right, to tackle White, who was trying his best to not go down.
Timeout taken by Northport. Let's take a look at the schedule for Northport and what they have coming up as well after today. Home against Deer Park and then on the road back-to-back weeks. It's never easy. In Suffolk 2, East Islip and then Smithtown East to end the regular season. Northport trying to get back to the playoffs. And they'll have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're like halfway at the halfway point, right? You start to, you know, a lot of bumps and bruises, but you see in the end, and each game becomes even more and more important. East Islip sitting there on the 25th. That'll be a tough one against that juggernaut.
So 1:40 to play, 4th and 8. To imagine that Marcelin's going to send out a special teams unit and Northport should get the ball back. An opportunity to get on the scoreboard. But Hills East has come out, pitched a shutout, 3 touchdowns from Daniel White. Almost had 3 interceptions on their last drive defensively.
Yeah, it's almost, you almost feel like with Northport to get this ball and to get the possession, right? I don't know if you got some kind of trick play in the bag or something, right, to try to swing the momentum of this game. You know, the dropping back to pass, right, is dangerous against the ball hawks that you have on the Hills defense.
Kapovich back to punt. Almost blocked. Well, settles across midfield. And the ball goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
That would have been exactly what the doctor ordered, a block kick. You had Reed Johansson. He smelled that one. Might have even got a fingertip on it. But that's the type of play you're going to need for Northport, not only to get back in this, but to swing the momentum in their favor.
31-yard punt. In Northport, 2 timeouts remaining, 1:39 left in the first half. And you're right, perhaps some trickery or a heavy dosage of throws.
Yeah, roll the pocket out. Maybe some screens of your own.
Three receivers near side. Hernandez fires, has a man, and that's Cabrera. And Cabrera refusing to go down. Forward progress. Gives him the ball at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, good throw. Good throw, right? Cabrera just looks a lot more comfortable, a lot more accurate when he can move the pocket. Even if it's a couple of feet, delivers a great pass to Cabrera, who's been shorthanded and open a lot this first half.
Second down and 3. Cabrera at the top of the screen with Campoli. Hernandez looks that way, then fires and dropped. Noah Schlapp almost with the INT. And I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of push-ups at the next practice for Hills East.
Yeah, a lot of near misses, but, you know, the positive, real good coverage. You know, good job by Sexel to get through there, to put a little bit of pressure. No, he's not open, right? He's double covered. He's bracketed on the outside. They're lucky that one didn't go to the house. You know, you see 6 on the outside there at the end, right? Logan Solar, right, has strip sack against North Bab, two-way player. He's tough, right? A lot of the blocking he does on the offensive as well. He blocks like a lineman. You got to watch for him in these passing situations, looking to cause some havoc in the backfield.
Timeout Northport. We'll take it with them as well. Under a minute to play in the second half on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by
57 seconds left, third quarter. Luke Liacono on 3rd down and 3. Going forward and might have enough to move the chains. Northport only has 1 timeout remaining. And he does have enough for a first down, so the clock will stop momentarily. Alex Marcelin not happy with the spot on the other side of the field.
He might have lobbied for a measurement.
You see Marcelin over there. Hey, every inch matters.
What do you think, John? From up here, you got a good angle. You're almost on the ball.
Well, on the last 2 plays that were questionable, that almost interception from up here, it looked like it was enough, but the referees had the better vantage. At first glance, I thought it'd be 4th and short.
Agreed.
But they'll say 1st and 10. And Hernandez slings it right into the breadbasket of Campoli. Well, that would have been enough for a first down on 4th and short. That time, it's an 11-yard pickup. So that's a first down again.
Yeah, you see Campoli with a nice route, kind of an out route, hit right on target by Hernandez, right? Done a good job moving to his left and throwing that ball out there. Need to get one in the end zone.
3 receivers near side. Hernandez looking deep, then tucks and runs and gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 41 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, you see Sexel again coming from the right side. At least feeling, letting Hernandez feel some pressure to scoot out of the pocket.
Going to take a couple seconds off the clock, so 38 seconds now.
Yeah, the interior of the line of Northport's been really, really impressive. I've been impressed with Florio at center, right? Been good job holding his blocks. 50H John Tobin's done a good job inside. A lot of the pressure's been coming from the outside.
Hernandez tucks and runs, gets around the DB, and then gets out of bounds again. Well, the good coverage by Hills East is opening up the running lanes for Hernandez, and Northport takes it.
Yeah, you see that dual threat, that Hernandez brings. Had a tackle there in the open field. You see his shiftiness. Good job, right? Pushing the rush outside. A little lateral quickness there by Hernandez, getting an extra 6 or 7 yards. Again, short time. You might have to be taking a chance towards the end zone if you want to score.
Flung over to the near side, and Campoli can't make the catch. Noah Schlapp in coverage.
Yeah, so they've had a lot of success on that rollout, kind of out route. And the D-backs have been really pushing up on that. Maybe a double move or something here to try, if you can get enough time and seal the pocket for a kind of a double move, because those Hills defenders have really been biting up on that out route.
Second and 10 from the 32.
Campoli, right, and Miller have kind of been his favorite targets so far.
Looking towards Campoli, reverses field, has Liacano in the open field. And Liacano pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Really nice design play by Northport. Kind of roll Cabrera out to the right, slip out Liacano to the left. Good job by the line, selling that. You get Liacano in space, right? He knows what to do. In the red zone now for Northport. Short time.
13-yard gain for Liacano and the rest of the offense.
Yeah, Liam McNally, right? He's been doing a good job, 53 on the outside, blocking for Northport.
Hernandez. Pressure coming. Floats it. He's got Campoli. Christian Campoli with a seam. Dives. End zone out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
That had a recipe for a touchdown. You had great blocking out in front. You had Campoli, who's been getting wide open. Nice job. Cabrera with enough of a block to get him a few extra yards, just not enough to the end zone. That Lucas Martin saved a touchdown for Hills East.
Now Campoli comes off, holding his abdomen. This is the best that the Northport offense has looked. But trying to cash in, Scott Triolo comes in, the receiver, top of the screen, wearing 16 for Northport.
Yeah, look for Miller here, Dan Miller.
Well, instead they look up the middle. Reaching was Levine. Gets about halfway home. Second and goal upcoming. And then a timeout. And it'll be the final timeout for Northport with 7 seconds remaining. And check that, though. Give them a few extra seconds to 11. But either way, it's the final timeout for Northport.
Yeah, almost eliminates, unless you really want to roll the dice, the opportunity to run it. So again, look for Hernandez to get on the outside, right? Maybe with a chance to not only run it but also pass it into the end zone. As a coach, you're looking for positives, right? You're looking for positives at halftime, right? If you're Northport and you can punch this in, you got to sell the idea that we're back in it. It's a 2-score game. Although Hills gets the ball, right? If we can get a stop or a turnover, we can get back in it.
2nd and goal along 1 yard.
One-on-one on the outside.
Push up the middle. Hernandez, does he have enough? Waiting for the signal.
Wow, that's going to be a tough call for the refs.
Looks like he got stopped. They'll say he was stopped. Clock's not running with 6 seconds. We'll have to see this replay in a second.
Yeah, trying for the tush push.
They try again. Hernandez, did he get in? No, he did not. And the clock never went off. 2nd straight play clock didn't come off. You have to imagine they're keeping it on the field, but...
Yeah, I mean, if that was a stop, it should have ended the half.
Yeah, and it does. They stopped him at the 1-yard line 3 times and keep the shutout intact. Keith McDowell and the crew giving up a big goose egg in the first half, as it's been the Danny Martin show on offense and the defense. Stepping up once again, Brian Soper. Gotta love it. The D-line. Huge stop to end the first half.
Yeah, Keo Johnson standing tall.
Halftime here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
After the Navy, I came home to marry my high school sweetheart and start a family. We've learned compromise is critical. Congress is no different. I'm Nick Lalota. Taking on extremists in both parties, I've worked across the aisle to lower costs, restore our assault deduction, secure the border, end cashless bail, and empower Suffolk cops. That's why I'm ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. I'm Nick Lalota, and I approve this message. I'll keep fighting problems, not people, to make Long Island safe and affordable.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Quinn's up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
The logical consequence Hold to that joy as the band brings you Earth Midnight Flyers Classic September. The band would like to thank our beautiful Northport community for their tireless support of music and the arts. Thank you to our principal, superintendent, board of education, and administration for their unwavering support of music in our schools, fostering creativity, passion, and opportunities for all students to thrive. Feel the groove, feel the joy, and let's keep that spirit alive as we present our 2024 field trip, Earth, Wind, and Time. Drum majors, take it away.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
After the Navy, I came home to marry my high school sweetheart and start a family. We've learned compromise is critical. Congress is no different. I'm Nick Lalota. Taking on extremists in both parties, I've worked across the aisle to lower costs, restore our assault deduction, secure the border, end cashless bail, and empower Suffolk cops. That's why I'm ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. I'm Nick Lalota, and I approve this message. I'll keep fighting problems, not people, to make Long Island safe and affordable.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Wins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs or call 516-403-2050.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Once again, a fantastic job by the Northport Marching Band as we take a look at Hills East. They're just sitting in the driver's seat. A 21-0 lead as Nick Sevilla, the quarterback, leading the way for Hills East. And also leading the way has been Daniel White. The junior's got 3 touchdowns in the first half, 11 on the year, and, of course, amongst the top rushers in all of Suffolk County. And what he's been able to do today, Brian Soper, and for Hills East, getting a stop on 3rd and goal as time expired. They're clicking on offense. They look unstoppable right now.
Yeah, I mean, they started the season with 3 straight shutouts, right? They're smelling another one. They get the ball to open up the second half here. Just what the doctor ordered for them.
Here's that stop on 3rd and 3 with 6 seconds left. Northport was out of timeouts. They try to budget in with Enrique Hernandez and were stunted.
Yeah, the play before, Hernandez kind of came out of the pile and stuck the ball out. But I think they ruled that his forward momentum was stopped. And seemed to get an extra play there at the end of the half.
Yeah, let's see it again. Tried to tuck it in. That's a tough call for the officials, but either way, this... Oh, boy. So close. But that's been the story for Northport so far this year. You know, they've been in positions to pull ahead. They are 3-1, but there are times where, unfortunately, they're not able to break through. And when you go against a quality team in Hills East, they'll make you pay.
It's not, it's not easy, right? Being, on all sides of the ball, to be disciplined, right? To not only, defense and offense. It's not easy when you have to replace some injuries, find guys, and move guys around. So look for Northport. They're a prideful group to really kind of maybe start to set the tone here on defense to start the second half.
Zach Lowe to boot it away. Daniel White back to receive. And Lowe gets into it, and Lucas Martin makes the catch at the 5-yard line. And then Northport rallies over to him after the 10-yard return.
How about halftime, a little Earth, Wind, and Fire?
In September and October.
Unbelievable job. October baseball, full swing.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, particularly at least for the people at this company after last night's victory for the Mets. And I don't know how they caught that guy.
On the big board, look at you.
Well, I was going to say don't tell work, but the boss snapped the photo.
You're good.
He was playing hooky as well. And there's Daniel White, stopped.
That's what you need for Northport. You need a 3 and out, get them off the field, even better, a turnover.
Yeah, that was Brady Cook. He was a defensive lineman last year, number 59 in blue. And then had a good game against North Babylon. Could switch between linebacker and D-line and getting the stop there on White on first down. As White only picked up a yard.
Again, White likes to kind of stop on a dime. It looks like he's going right. He'll jump cut to the left. Good job by Cook. to be disciplined.
Martin goes in motion, the give to White. C opens up, and then White with a pickup of about 3.
Good tough run inside the tackles by White. He's been following Keith McDowell, Cole Jenkins, right? Giantasio, Joseph. It's one thing to, to run for all of these yards, right? It's not possible unless the offensive line is allowing you to get to that second level.
Yeah, Hills East, a beefy offensive line, but very skilled at that as well. 2 receivers, top of the screen, 3rd and 6. And they give to White again. Danny White bounces off a few defenders and is dragged down, a flag. And it looked as if Liacono went a little high on that tackle, and a potential face mask should give some yardage to the Red Hawks.
Yeah, good job following, Joseph. It's like a face mask. Not an easy guy to bring down, right? Low center of gravity. Nothing to really grab at. Got a chunk of that face mask.
There's nothing to grab at because he's so fast.
Yeah, and I was walking in, and he's built different, right? The arms, right? The legs, right? He's all muscle.
So automatic first down. And now White. And the offense back out there again. And a fresh set of downs. Here's Sevilla, back to pass. Throws a bomb down the near side in the direction of Soler. Incomplete, but a flag. Enrique Hernandez in coverage and might have been tagged for the PI.
Really good coverage, right? One of those things where perhaps not looking back for the ball. Throws it out there, right? Soler's a big target, kind of face guarding. That's why the flag is thrown. Soler, right, playing DN's done a good job, right? Known a lot for his blocking, but you see him out there, right? His ability, 39-yard TD. That was a bright spot against East Islip, right? 60-yard touchdown catch against Deer Park. He's another weapon on the outside. You soften him up with the run, take a deep shot.
First and 10 from the 43. White shakes off a few bumps. Still on his feet, has a first down, gets out of the pack. It's a foot race. One man to beat, and into the end zone. Danny White has his 4th TD of the day. Touchdown, Hills East.
That speed, that ability to get to the next level. Patient, finds a crack, little head shake. Good luck trying to catch him. Right, you got 2 twos there in a foot race. Right, 2 and White's going to take it to the end zone.
And with that 57-yard TD, that's our Speed Island speedy play of the game. Have yourself a day. Danny White, 4 TDs. Contact Onyx Salva and the gang located in Garden City. Improve your speed today at speedislandny.com.
He's in that Newsday top 100, right? 100 is way too high for him. He might be in the top 1 or 2, right, in Suffolk County with the numbers that he's putting up so far this season.
Just when it comes to the playoffs, who can control the line of scrimmage and defend? And, it's recency bias. We're still in the middle of this game, but Hills East looks like a title contender.
Yeah, and you're going to get blocks like that with Jacob Giantasio, 56. Max Braywing has caught a couple balls, but he's been smashing people up front. That type of blocking with that type of, electric game-breaking speed. Good luck if you're a defense that's remaining for Hills East.
Just looking ahead at the Hills East schedule and the stretch that they're in right now. So you lose to East Islip, you're playing Northport, and then Bellport. You'd have to imagine if you're Hills East, if you could go 2-1 in this stretch, you're sitting pretty and helping yourself when it comes to seeding. They're currently tied for second with a 3-1 record, but the teams will start to separate themselves over the next few weeks.
Yeah, no, he's definitely looking at the schedule saying, let's run the table, boys. Right, hopefully we get a chance to meet East Islip again.
Well, check that. It gets wiped out on the hold. Didn't hear anything, and then the ball gets batted down in the direction of Danny White. I didn't hear an announcement. I know there was an injury down there.
Yeah, we were looking at the injury. I didn't see a flag. Good job there. Connor Hennigman breaking up that screen pass the third time they've gone to that one. So it's like Speed Island. We got to do a reverse, right? Speedy.
Yes.
Still a lot of speed.
I think the point is, if you open up a hole for him, he's got the speed to get into the end zone. 2nd and 19.
What a play there.
Well, this is someone else, Noah Schlapp. And Noah Schlapp into Tigers territory. That's a first down. No flags.
So a little trickeration there by Marcelin and the Hills East staff. You gave the ball to White, kind of on a reverse here to Schlapp, who shows, he's not just a tackler on defense, right? He can tote the rock as well. File that one away, right? If you're scouting Hills East, right? Steady dose of White, add in a misdirection reverse going out the backside.
31-yard gain for Noah Schlapp on his first carry of the afternoon. 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Play action. Sevilla trying to get around and is dragged down. Big sack, Gio Valentini, the freak.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the best football for him is still ahead. If I'm a scout looking for some clay to mold, he's that type of kid. Big, strong, athletic, quick. He's living in the backfield. It's to start playing football last year and to have this type of impact in Division II in Suffolk County. Kid's the real deal.
Someone who was coaxed by his teammates to join the team. And here's on the reverse. Ball almost comes out as it was the QB to White to then Schlapp. And after the double touch, a gain of about 4.
Connor Henneman again for Northport. Senior captain's been stepping up, making big stops on defense. Got to try to get this ball on the ground. Almost had it there. Went to the reverse. Looked like a little trouble handling the rock by Schlapp, but he corralled it.
Yeah, Pat Campbell says that Connor Hennigan, as well as Den Pipolo, a good 1-2 punch. Pretty much of the same mold. Around 6'3" each, strong and in good shape. And now tasked with getting a 3 and out, or at least a turnover. Force the punt. So Laren Sanders near side, Sanders in the slot, and then like a cannon, but a flag before the snap. And a false start against the Red Hawks. The scoreboard says 4th and 20, but it should be 3rd and 20. Under 7 minutes to play, third quarter. Northport needs to stop. Tall task against Danny White and what he's provided out of the backfield. On third down. Rolled near side, and there's Tyler Sanders with the catch. He's going to be well short. But wrestled down at the 32-yard line after the 13-yard gain.
Yeah, nice route by Sanders. Good delivery by Sevilla. Put you in that opportunity to probably go for this.
Fourth down and 8. Three receivers top of the screen. As he's playing with house money. The rollout. Slung far side. Incomplete. Tyler Sanders, the intended receiver. And a turnover on downs for the Redhawks. And a good stop defensively for Northport.
Yeah, just an inaccurate ball by Sevilla, right? You had Jesse Castillo, right, 33 senior, out there in coverage. An accurate pass would have secured a first down there, but that's what you need, right? Put a little pressure on the defense, put them in on the offense, put them in fourth and long, and get off the field.
Well, one benefit for Hills East, their consolation prize, is that they wiped off half a quarter on that offensive drive, and now a flag against Northport.
13 guys, I think.
Yeah, we have to see who breaks the huddle. Of course, you can't break the huddle and then sub out. We'll wait for the call, and it's either a delay game or too many men on. The official's supposed to look at the press box, help us out up here.
Who's going to step off for Northport? Who's going to make a play? Who's going to break a tackle?
We'll start with Enrique Hernandez, and then the give off to Asher Levine. Levine gain of 4.
Yeah, good job, right? Smart, right, to run behind, Florio at the center. He's done a good job winning his matchup in the middle. Unfortunately, you're down 21, right? So, 4 or 5 yard carries are great, right? But you need to bust one of these to get back in it.
Second down and 11. Hernandez fakes the first give, then gives off to Luke Liacano. And Liacano stood up. 3 Hills East defenders in there, but R.J. Peters with a finishing blow.
Yeah, we've seen him cause a turnover. We've seen him tackle. We've seen him in coverage. Peters is a tremendous-looking sophomore athlete on defense. Sylvanus was pulling there for Northport. Liacano, right? Just not enough yards, right? Put yourself into a third and medium.
Third down and 5. Trailing by 3 scores. Hernandez rolling out, sees the pressure from Johnson, fires over the middle, one-handed grab, Danny Miller for the first down. Into Hills East territory, and 22-yard gain.
Unbelievable job, right, by Hernandez. Right, couple of Hills defenders breathing down his neck. Stiff arm, enough power to throw it. Miller looking like Gronk, right, with a one-handed catch in the middle of the field. Tremendous job. He's been a real bright spot for Northport. Sure-handed over the middle, willing to take a hit. Real impressed with Hernandez's ability to throw the ball on the run, deliver a stiff arm, and an accurate pass.
Heck of a one-handed catch for Danny Miller. Has the size, only a junior.
Yeah, he had 55. Sebastian Damas, right, breathing down his neck.
A Downhill's East player as well. And while we have a break in the action, for those of you that want to keep tabs and Nassau County. Varsity Media is the home of the Section 8 playoffs this year. Coming in the fall, soccer, volleyball, and, of course, the football championships. And one of these teams wants to play a team from Nassau this year. And to watch those Nassau games, you could go to varsitymediapass.com to order your games today. Lucas Martin shaking up on the far side. There is the Northport soccer. I don't know if they're playing Hills East as well. That's over at Chris Sweeney Field on the far side. They have a huge endowment by the Sweeney family.
Of course. Show me the money.
Now that's a title sponsor. Let's see, where's the signage? There it is, the Sween Field. Under 4 minutes and rolling. Inside give, Levine. Bounces ahead, but then pushed back. Najee Sexel at the tackle.
Yeah, he's been all over the ball today, able to get into the backfield. You know, maybe not tackles for losses, but tackles for very, very short gains. And it seems as though if he gets his hands on you, right, he's going to bring you down or at least have his boys come and help him out. Right, you see on the outside, you know, you have Campoli, right, has some, you know, rolling him out, but it's a good matchup there, him and Sanders on the outside, two really good athletes.
2nd and 7. Off the screen, tipped off, and knocked down Noah Schlapp.
Yeah, good job. Hills East kind of playing coverage there. Looked like they may have dropped into a little zone coverage to protect that out route, right? That out route has been very successful for Northport today. Good job by Schlapp getting the depth there to cut that one down and knock it down. You know, a little different there. You had, you know, Campoli had been running that out route. He went on a straight go ball, right? Trying to look maybe for a deep one, maybe file that one and look deep next time.
Schlapp in charge of calling the signals on defense as well. 3rd and 7 for Northport. Grayson Cabrera goes in motion. Hernandez looks that way, then steps up. Still on his feet, flag is down. And Sextel with the tackle. And Najee Sextel shaken up as well, and he's down for Hills East. A hold in there as well. And check that block. Block in the back on defense.
They're trying to figure it out still.
We know that's going to go against Hills East, but now Marcelin's going to ask for what the call was. I don't know if we have anything on the replay that we saw a penalty or what happened there, but
getting a long explanation.
I think the longer the explanation, the more he's going to disagree with it.
Now we have back-to-back, you know, almost back-to-back plays, right? You have Sexel, right? You had Martin go down, right? Hopefully those guys are okay. You know, the last thing you want for Hills East as you're trying to make this run in the second half are injuries. And then when that injury bug bites, it gets contagious.
Going up for a first down, spotted at the 28-yard line. Northport just trying to get on the board. Liacano, the sweep, and brought down. Good tackle by Tyler Sanders.
Yeah, Henningman 50 leading the way, took on multiple defenders. Really finished his block there, allowing for Liacano to decide, make a move.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Hernandez, the give. And Loacano. It's about halfway to the marker.
Yeah, they pulled both linemen to the right side, but neither were able to get to Johnson on the outside, right? A junior. Able to scrape down, make a tackle.
Saw glimpses of hope for Northport in the later stages of the second quarter. Just couldn't pound it into the end zone. And Levine nowhere to go as well. Giannatasio, a strong returning starter with the tackle.
He's had a tremendous game, both on the offensive line. You see him making his presence felt, taking on a block. Good job, both of them, right? Soler and Giannatasio getting in the backfield.
Fourth and 7 from the 25. Hernandez with the man in motion. Cabrera went in motion. Steps up, fires, incomplete. Hits off the hands of Christian Campoli. Tyler Sanders in coverage. And Hills East defense steps up again.
Yeah, you see again that stop out route. Steps into his throw. Really tough coverage. You got Sanders there. 3-year varsity captain. Like I've said before, highly ranked as one of the best D-backs on Long Island. You see there, he's had some really good coverage on the outside for seemingly that one deep threat, Campoli, for Northport.
.49 seconds to play, and Hills East sitting pretty. $21-0 lead on the road. They've taken this crowd out of it. And in motion to Schlapp. And White straight up the middle. Picks up about 5, and Reed Johansson pulls him down.
Yeah, good job by him lowering his pad level.
Another down player for Hills East, and it's like Nico Job, the junior. Or no, check that. I'm looking at the wrong number. That's Trayvon Cole Jenkins, the junior. Big part of that offensive line that has just opened it up for Danny White and the rest of this running attack for Hills East.
Yeah, all division football lineman, only a junior. Put a ton of work in the offseason. We'll continue to do that and continue to get better.
It's good to see him get up under his own power and walk off. Meanwhile, for this Northport defense, there's been times where they've made the big tackle. It's just about being consistent, though, and forcing those turnovers or forcing the punts.
Yeah, they've done a good job, right? Hills East has been at 21 for a while. That first drive was off of a turnover in a short field. They've done a good job, right? And, you know, sometimes it gets hard when you keep playing defense, keep trying to get stops, and there's still no points on the board for the offense. But they've hung tough, right? They have a bunch of guys really fighting hard.
So play resumes. And White on 2nd and 4 has enough for a first down.
Yeah, nice job, right? Rafael Hernandez has done a good job at center for Hills East all game. Sure-handed on his snaps, his shotgun snaps, and doing a good job, kind of like almost, hooking his he hasn't had a nose over him, but the tackles, right, getting a little crease there because White likes to dance a little bit behind center there, and Hernandez is able to give him a couple extra seconds to do that with his steady blocking.
See if Hills East has enough time to one more playoff in the third quarter or not. Doesn't look that way anyway. And we'll go to the fourth. Hills East up 21-0 on the road. Danny White, we thought he had 4 touchdowns. Has a burst of speed. Gets through. But then a flag comes in. And then so because of all of that, we got to bring it back. Wiped off the board. But 21-0 going to the fourth on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Solomon Thomas with the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
After the Navy, I came home to marry my high school sweetheart and start a family. We've learned compromise is critical. Congress is no different. I'm Nick Lalota. Taking on extremists in both parties, I've worked across the aisle to lower costs, restore our assault deduction, secure the border, end cashless bail, and empower Suffolk cops. That's why I'm ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. I'm Nick Lalota, and I approve this message. I'll keep fighting problems, not people, to make Long Island safe and affordable.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media. It's been all Hills East here at Northport, a 21-0 lead for the newly minted Redhawks, who are 3-1 on the season. Just fell to East Islip 33-14, had their shutout streak snapped, and I don't think we were going to expect to have a shutout full season for Hills East, but I'll tell you what, they're not a fluke.
No, definitely not a fluke, and if you were Northport, you really needed to avoid a hot start by Hills East. Which they got, and now it's been tough sledding for them ever since. Good to see Cole Jenkins back in the game, 77 for Hills East.
It's been a lot of fun to watch this kid run. Danny White escapes the tacklers, bursts of speed to the 30, back towards the 20, and then pushed out of bounds and around the 15-yard line. What a burst of speed for Mr. White on the 49-yard run.
Yeah, just complete, speed kills, right? His ability to follow the lead blocker. I mean, you can't say enough about Giantasio, right? You've heard about McDowell, Cole Jenkins. Giantasio has absolutely destroyed people, leading the way for Dan White. His speed with that type of blocking, right? That's the type of game you're going to get from him.
A down Northport player in the backfield, but Giantasio should be in that shot. 56 in White. You're right, has been opening it up for Danny White and the rest of the crew. Well, busy couple of weeks coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and if you're a soccer fan, this is the week for you. Always a good matchup, Syosset and Oceanside, and then Garden City, Manhasset, and of course Cary takes on Sewanega. Cary all over Malvern just a few weeks ago. And then back to the gridiron, St. John the Baptist, St. Anthony's, Hills West against Sayville, Cardinal Hayes against Chaminade, a potential preview of the CHSFL final, Freeport, Port Washington, and then Manhasset Southside. Be sure to subscribe on youtube.com/varsitymedia.
Yeah, Coach Waxer has that Syosset soccer team hot, right? Haven't lost a game in a while. There'll be some atmosphere versus Oceanside. Syosset and Oceanside soccer, there'll be a big crowd there.
We had them last year in the regular season, and it was a late first-half goal by Syosset. That was the difference. And basically, for that team, the first of 2 goals will win the way that they compete defensively. Then you just see the size of this Hills East defense, and particularly Keith McDowell, 6'5", 360. He's a junior. You have to imagine the offers are just going to continue to pile on. Now, you're a coach. Do the offers come via postage, or is it emails? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I think it all depends. I think a lot of these kids get invited on campus for for linemen, these big man camps, right? You get them on campus. I know that Lucas Martin, right, got a game day invite to Syracuse, right? So you get the kids on campus, and a lot of times, depending upon how it goes, right, could get an offer in person. Phone calls, right, a lot of nonstop, right, social media. It's just all different ways, and a lot of different programs out there looking for Long Island kids to play football.
On 1st and 10, White spun around, and Valentini with the takedown. I just meant, how do they get the actual offers themselves? Like, does it come in snail mail or?
Yeah, no, I think it's in person. It's been a while for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's been a while for the two of us. They used to just come in the mail, or coach is calling nonstop. Issue over the spot.
See, is all like Division I, right? Football, that's like full ride, right? If you're on the roster, right? Just offer you a spot, you're in.
Right.
A little different from the other sports where there's like a negotiation, like money, scholarship. So
that's why it's important for everyone just to have the best grades, because then you could blend it.
That's the thing that's great about X, right, or formerly known as Twitter, is that you go on. A lot of these kids do really good putting their film, putting their measurables, their speed, their GPA. I've seen AP scores, right, put into their bios, and all that stuff really is important, right, as people look for the right player to fit their program.
After the football start, 2nd and 15. Receivers near side are Sanders as well as Peters. Back to pass, Sevilla over the middle, and he's got the tight end in Drewig. Touchdown. From 18 yards out, the two hook up. 27-0 Hills East.
Speaking of grades, speaking of size, speaking of offers, right, you see 88 Max Drewig. Just a nice ball by Sevilla. The big man goes up and gets it, secures it. Offer from Bucknell, 6'3", 230. If Bucknell's calling, you better have the grades. He does, 3.8. Tight end, D-line, long snapper.
He's doing it all in a span of 2 plays. First passing touchdown of the day for the Red Hawks as Robbie Kapovich on for the extra point. Drewig the snap. The hold from Lucas Martin is blocked and just misses. So 27-0 Hills East with 11.5 to go in regulation on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. 11:35 to play in the fourth quarter. 27-0 Hills East over Northport. He's Brian Soper. I'm John Perez. And Hills East, they're going to love this extended break and get ready for preparation against Belport coming up next Friday. There's Christian Campoli. Fields it from the 1 yard line. It's a shakeout of a few tacklers, still on his feet. Hills East rallies over after the 19-yard return. Well, contact Varsity Media today and have us produce a sportscast for your team, including announcers, graphics, instant replay, and multiple camera angles. A memory your team will enjoy for a lifetime. Give us a call today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Enrique Hernandez, the handoff to Grayson Cabrera. First time that we've seen Cabrera out of the backfield. And Cabrera with a burst of speed and a 10-yard pickup.
Yeah, Cabrera's a really good-looking athlete, good size, right? Just over 6 foot tall. Being recruited for lacrosse, right? His main sport. But he's been really impressive here, both catching the ball and his ability to run as well. Good speed, really good athlete.
Scott Triolo, the receiver, bottom of the screen. And the pitch is Grayson Cabrera, who is in motion and on back-to-back plays. Cabrera with positive yardage, and Akio Johnson in there with Noah Schlapp.
Yeah, I think Northport they don't want to end this game with a 0, right? Hills is going to compete like heck, right, to put another goose egg on there. One of the Newsday bios, they made it very clear after that third shutout, right, that they were on a roll. Would love to keep a 0 on the board.
Really opening up a lot of eyes when you shut out North Babylon, and doing the same to Northport. Here's Cabrera, 3 straight gives, and that time negative yardage, a loss of 1. So it's a set up 3rd and 5, and four down territory for Northport, and straight up the middle, Levine.
Yeah, good job by Levine, good hard running. Gets past the sticks for a first down. Levine, just another one of the really good long poles in lacrosse that they've had. Committed to SUNY Geneseo for lacrosse. Good, hard, tough run here up the middle. Valentin, Florio. Doing a good job. They just can't get any big plays to get themselves down the field.
Pressure coming in. Thrown away, and see if the flag comes out. It does. Good pressure coming in from Hills East's line, and that's Sebastian Damas causing the pressure. And intentional grounding to be called against Enrique Hernandez. Never got back to the line. No receiver in the vicinity.
Yeah, Damas has done a good job, unblocked. Just been living in the backfield of Northport. Finally gets his hands on Hernandez, who's been, elusive from him. Intentional grounding.
So a loss of down in there as well, the insult to injury.
It's hard. Like when you have, when you want to run the ball and you're looking to try to make big plays on the outside, it's tough when you got a guy like Tyler Sanders out there at corner pretty much shadowing or trying to lock down your best offensive receiver. And he's a high school lockdown corner, right? He's really been in guys' in guys' grills, right, as they're trying to make catches. If they do catch it, right, he's right there. Almost had an interception. He tipped it up to himself. I'm sure he'd love to get one here.
Marcelin wants an explanation. Pat Campbell's out there as well. Now both coaches told to go back to the sideline. I mean, if it is intentional grounding, it's definitely a loss of down. And you add the 5-yard penalty in there as well. After all that, 2nd and 27. Back to pass, slung over, incomplete. Christian Campoli, intended receiver. It's Leo Ruiz in coverage.
Yeah, a host of defenders there, right? Schlapp was around the ball. Sanders around the ball. Not too many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 27 or so.
No, not at all. Three more games after today for Northport. Deer Park, at East Islip, and then at Smithtown East. 3rd and 27. Hernandez back to pass. Pocket collapses, and Gianluca D'Amico with the suplex.
He's been another one of those bright spots for the defense all season for Hills East, right? Only a junior, does everything right. Holds the edge, right? It doesn't let Hernandez get outside, and then cleans it up himself. Nice job, good sack. Again, 10 tackles against West Babb.
Northport has no choice but to punt it away. And Zach Lope from the 20. And a fair catch at midfield. Tyler Sanders on the 30-yard punt. And Hills East takes over.
Sanders just has great hands, right? He fair catches that. You just feel like you're watching like a college-level receiver, right? There's no way he's going to muff that. He's just so sure-handed, both on offense and defense.
I think what's really stood out today, obviously, has been the running game, particularly Daniel White. But, Hills East, if they are having a tough time running, they've got the weapons at the receiving core, tight end, so they could beat you in the passing game. And then defensively, they give you a lot of looks, a lot of pressure getting into the backfield. But then, let's be honest, they had about 4 or 5 would-be interceptions that they just couldn't complete. So it is, I think, at that word, they've played like a complete team today.
For sure, and I think that last drive where they scored, right, obviously like 21-0, you think, oh, it's going to be, White running it in. But I think that in order for this team to make that run, right, to if they're going to meet some guys in the playoffs, right, they're going to have Sevilla. Teams are going to stack the box, right, looking to stop White. And I think Sevilla, the tight end, right, Braywing, Martin, right, those guys are going to have to really ramp up this passing game.
This will say it was a roughing a kicker in there, so it gives a fresh set of downs to Northport. Second time we haven't been notified on a penalty, and trudging ahead was Simon Blissett, the backup quarterback. I hate to be that guy, and I don't want to get on the officials because I know it's a tough job, but there needs to be some communication to the booth.
For sure,
and
right?
the crowd here.
Yeah, we got to have some. We're flying blind up here in the booth.
But anyway, here's Simon Blissett, backup QB, and going to get some reps against a good defense. Back to pass, second straight play, he's back to pass. Field opens up, he chugs ahead. Blissett with a first down and then pushed out of bounds, shy of the 30-yard line, and they'll mark him out at the 32. So 18-yard pickup for Blissett.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line. Gave him plenty of time to throw it. Steps up, switches the ball to the proper hand. Follows some blocks, right? Good pickup for Blissett. You know, junior, right? Hernandez is a senior, right? Thinking that if he's the backup here, it's his show next year. Any experience is so big, especially against a defense like Hills East.
Levine and Cabrera in the backfield. And the ball comes loose, and Blissett all over it. Jake Pagliaro will be credited for the tackle. Set up second and long.
Yeah, Pagliaro, we haven't called his name too much, but he has been around the ball. You know, Coach Marcelin said he's a hitter, right? He's looking to hit somebody early and often, right? You see him there at the linebacker position. Only a junior.
Second and 13, Blissett the give. Off to Levine. And brought down. Ball came out. Hills East says they have it, and they do. Pagliaro picks up the fumble.
The hit by Johnson, I think. See here, good job by blocking it up. Picks him up. Ball's out. Pagliaro. He's close to that previous fumble recovery. Now he secures this one.
And so with 5:17 and the lead and the ball, Hills West sets up shop at the 31-yard line. Second fumble recovery of the day for the Red Hawks.
It's just a big hit by Johnson, right? Dislodging that ball. That was well blocked, right? Jesse Castillo, 33, had a great block. Just Johnson is just a violent tackler.
Schlapp goes in motion, but straight up the middle, it's Danny White. Danny White across midfield. Has a seam, just one man to beat, and then wrestled down at the 30-yard line, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Joey Zarcone.
Yeah, look at the size difference there. Good hug by McDowell. Again, right, Giantasio's not to be messed with today. Off to the races. A lot of success to that left side.
Zarcone doing a great job of at least stopping White until Den Pipolo came over. But you're right, yeah, the size is unmatched.
Yeah, let's see if White, maybe he might be done. Maybe that's his last carry. Definitely don't want to see him get hurt.
Well, and then how about this? Now in the backfield, the freshman Jaden Bryant, one of our key players to watch because he's a great linebacker. His first play from scrimmage. Positive yardage, close to a first down, and might be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, that's not his first carry of the year, right? He's in kind of some of these games have been a bit lopsided for Hills East, right? He's scored at least one touchdown on the year. So that's a freshman, folks. And there's 56 blocking it up again. Braywing again, blocking.
They're going to reset the clock to 3:53. That's the stoppages. And they'll just keep it rolling at that. As well as Hills East will pick up their fourth win of the year. And impressive on all fronts.
Yeah, Bryant had a 50-yard run in the fourth quarter against Deer Park. So that kid can run, and he's also a monster on defense.
Well, up the middle. This time only a gain of 8. As Reed Johansson brings him down with Brady Cook. Looks like a new quarterback in there as well as James Bruno. So Alex Marcelin emptying his bench and says that Bruno has a lot of upside. He said he's been spoiled with his quarterbacks over his last couple of years. Obviously, Heyman last year, and then what he's been getting out of Sevilla this year, and feels that Bruno could live up to that echelon as well.
Yeah, Bruno threw a touchdown, 46-yard touchdown pass in the game against North Bab.
Straight up the middle. That was Bryant. Enough for a first down, and we'll set up 1st and goal. So with 2:20 to go, I have to imagine if Marcelin's going to play till the final whistle or just take some knees here. This is a team that won 60-0 as well.
Sure.
First and goal from the 7. Bruno the give. Over towards Bryant and gets stopped. Reed Johansson's had himself a good game. Has to be leading the team in tackles.
Yeah, good job by him playing this one out to the final whistle. Still got those guys on the left side, right? Draywing and McDowell, right, still leading the way. Kamani Joseph still out there on the line.
See if they can put one more on the board. Bruno the give to Bryant. Stutter steps and drag down at the 5. Under a minute to play, perhaps 1 or 2 more plays. But overall, Hills East came in with a game plan, and they've executed in all facets. As Danny White leading the way with 3 touchdowns. Max Drewig had a TD as well. And the 4th shutout in 5 games for the Hills East Red Hawks, who improved to 4-1 on the year. Title contenders, certainly for Hills East.
Start to finish, right, for the Red Hawks. They, got a turnover early, never looked back, blocked it up. White showed why, he's one of the best backs in all of Long Island. Sophomore season of 1,542 rushing yards. Well over 200 yards today. Just a tremendous game all around, right? There's really nothing you can poke a hole in if you're Coach Marcelin. Exactly what you needed after a tough loss to East Islip. Way to rebound.
For bookkeeping purposes, that long 57-yard touchdown that was wiped out for Danny White was our Speed Island play of the game. We have to give it again to Danny White on actual touchdowns. So let's take it back to the first half as well. Daniel White had 3 TDs in there as well, 1 from 8 yards, 1 from 6 yards, and 1 from a yard out. And this is our Speed Island speedy play of the game from 8 yards out. That made it 7-0 Hills East and turned out to be the difference as Hills East, led by Danny White, pick up the win. Contact Onyx Salva and the gang located in Garden City. Book a session, speedislandny.com. So that'll do it for our entire crew. A Thursday afternoon road victory for Hills East. For executive producer Ben Turchin, TD is Chris Sweeney, Kevin Catalanato, and Ron Pierre giving you the moving images. For my partner Brian Soper, this is John Perez saying so long from Northport High School. It's been a presentation of Suffolk 2 football on your home for New York high school sports, the Varsity Media Sports Network.